Hello, everybody. Thank you for being with me today. My name is Jim Bohannon, and I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about sportsmanship. And we're going to talk about how to promote it in the school with our student athletes, our teachers, and our coaches. We're also going to talk about the parenting side and the fan side of sportsmanship and how we can be better at that. When you came in, you picked up a couple of different handouts. One of those handouts is how to promote sportsmanship, and it should look something like this. And we'll kind of cover that a little bit later. And then another handout is sportsmanship tips for the athlete and the parents. And we'll touch on that too a little bit later as well. So here at our school, we focus highly on sportsmanship, character building with our student athletes, as well as our coaches and our teachers. We expect that our student athletes will have good sportsmanship on the field, off the field, but we also expect that same sportsmanship from our from our teachers and from our coaches. And it's something that we expect them to set the bar high with. And whether they're in school or out of school, they're expected to have that sportsmanship and that mentality at all times. We use different programs within our school to help promote these processes and programs that we have. So we have a sportsmanship committee that we have that's put together that just talks about different ways to make our sportsmanship better, and ways and things that we can do as a school to help promote the sportsmanship. We also have a sportsmanship contract that we've put together that students sign before they participate in their events. We also have one for our coaches and our teachers that they are expected to follow throughout the year. And it's just something to kind of hold them accountable, and making sure that they know that we expect them to do this. We send out a sportsmanship newsletter highlighting some great sportsmanship on the field, in the school, even outside in the community. And it's just a good way to kind of get the word out about sportsmanship and let people know that we are looking and we're watching. And we want to recognize those people who are doing well with sports. And the last thing is we hand out certificates, recognizing those who have done really well with sportsmanship or have gone above and beyond in the sportsmanship situational things. So we put out a certificate for them just to let them know that we saw it and we understand it. And sometimes it's hard to have good sportsmanship. And so we want to make sure they know that we appreciate them having good sportsmanship. And so we want to make sure that they're recognized with that. So a couple of ways that we model sportsmanship at our school and that you can kind of see that is we use our webpage, our school webpage, our Twitter page, and our Facebook page. Those are all just ways that you can see sportsmanship in action. Sometimes we catch it in a game, we catch it in a school, we catch it in a community event, and we just put it out there for people to see it. And so you may be wondering, well, what exactly are you doing to help these student athletes instead of just telling them that they need to have good sportsmanship? Or how are we helping parents who maybe struggle with sportsmanship? We do have some different options and some different things for those people. So we offer a couple of different free things. So we have a sportsmanship course that you can take online. And it's a way that you can go in and learn about sportsmanship. And it talks a little bit about how to be a good sport, and how to, have those attitudes and attributes to be a good sport. And then for the parents, we have a free class that's the role of the parent in sports and what your role is and what your job is as a parent and how you should act and the things that you should do. And so it's really good for those parents, especially those who may struggle a little bit with sportsmanship. Sorry. And then we have a couple other classes that cost money. So they have like teaching and modeling behavior class. I think it runs like $20. And then engage it effectively with parents. And that's more for the admin side or the supervisors who are having to deal with some of those parents out there who struggle with sportsmanship. And so it gives them an opportunity to learn how to kind of deal with those parents. If you'll take a look at your handout here that we hand out, the sportsmanship info and tips for the parents and athletes. So this is just a few things, or just a couple of things to remind you about good sportsmanship. It talks a little bit about the parents that we all have known and seen at a sporting event who struggle, and they make it a little bit uncomfortable for the people around them. And so it's just a reminder of why you're there. We shouldn't forget that as a parent, you're on the sideline, you're in the stands, whatever it may be, and you're there for your child. You're there for the kids that are doing it, and you're there to cheer them on and give them some motivation. It's not about you, it's about them, and we need to remember that. And then for the athlete, it just talks a little bit about being a good role model and making sure that you're showing the other people around you how to be a good athlete. A good sport, and whether that's winning, losing. Talks about just being respectful to others and making sure that you are being respectful to the other team, other coaches during the game. So we here at our school, we also have a mission statement for sportsmanship, and it aligns very closely to the school mission statement, and it's developed around sportsmanship. So that's another way that we kind of put out there the good sportsmanship vibe, and that we are and we want good sportsmanship. We set goals for our athletes. No one's kicked out of a game throughout the year. No coaches are kicked out of a game. And then that every visiting team that comes in is just recognized and treated fairly and treated with respect. And so another thing, the other handout that we gave you, it's just different ways that you can promote sportsmanship. Just simple things such as treating all the coaches and officials and players and team members with respect at all times, being a role model, no foul language, no gestures that aren't needed, things like that. So it's just ways to promote good sportsmanship for our student athletes. Here at the school, we take sportsmanship very, very seriously. We believe that here that, poor sportsmanship is going to get out, and it makes it tough for us if we have poor sportsmanship, or our coaches have poor sportsmanship, to find games. People don't want to come and play you. They don't want to be around you. It's hard to get students to listen and buy into what's going on. So it's very important that we're, showing good sportsmanship every day, all day long. So that's just in a quick nutshell what we do here at the school for sportsmanship, and that we show that it's very important to us as a school, and it's very important to our coaches, and it should be very important to our student athletes. This is something that will carry on with them after school, and that they'll use in their everyday life and their jobs. And it's important that they understand that sportsmanship isn't necessarily just about sports, but it's also about life, and it's how you treat people, and it's how you handle things that don't go your way. And it's a really good way to set an example for younger people. Even if you have younger kids in the house, it's a good way to show them that there is more to life than just sports. There is more to life than just winning. And by having a good attitude and a good demeanor when it comes to those situations, it'll make life a lot easier. Thank you.